Hello. Welcome back to the channel. This was definitely supposed to be a traditional vlog, but as I got into the weekend, I just did not feel like talking to the camera. When I was out there, I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to enjoy myself in the moment. So this is going to be a pod vlog. If you're not familiar with pod vlogs, one of my favorite creators, her name is Erin. She goes by Erin on Demand. She created this idea of a podcast style vlog, and I've done a few so far. I really like them. So we're going to do that today. So this past weekend for Memorial Day weekend, we went out to Wimberley, Texas and stayed in a getaway house. These are these little cabins that are so cute and they're out in remote places, but they're very luxurious on the inside. You get a stove and a fridge and a sink and a bathroom and air conditioner that really works. And they're so great. We stayed in one the night that we got married in Oregon. And also amazing, there was like snow on the ground. It was beautiful. It was great. I love being outside. I absolutely love the outdoors. And if there's a reason for me to get outside, I'm going to take it. So this weekend we spent a lot of time outside. We did hikes. We went to a winery. We just had a lot of fun. And as I was there, I was so grateful. I was just in a spirit of gratitude. Like, life is so great. I'm so happy. I feel so happy to be here. I'm having so much fun in the moment. And I think that's the beauty of going out in nature. You really do get to just feel present. You're away from things. Things are so quiet. And I was trying not to like be on my phone too much and, just away from the hustle and bustle. And that slowing down and just being quiet and being still and being present is so good for me. And it just made me feel like, I was so happy. I was so happy. And I'm still very happy as a result of that trip. So yeah, over the weekend, that got me thinking about fun and enjoyment and really being present with the good that is in our lives. So I actually talked about this a little bit in the newsletter this week. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, it is Manifestation Isn't Magic. It's all things kind of personal growth, well-being, happiness, whatever comes to mind for me. And this week I talked about nature and gratitude and how those two things kind of go together. But the other side of that, or another part of that, is this idea of fun, right? And like enjoying ourselves and having fun and making that a priority. I think for so many of us, I'll speak for myself and for some of my clients and friends, they find themselves unable to have fun because they're spending so much time worrying or just caught up in the woes of everyday life. Because as you know, life is going to have its ups and its downs. Life is going to have its goods and its bads. But for the most part, we focus on the bad, and that's just not good, right? That's not fun. As I was thinking about this weekend, it was like, you know what? This is something I want to talk about. I want to talk about how I changed my thoughts. And by changing my thoughts, I created so much more space for fun in my life and enjoyment and gratitude. And I think if you can connect with yourself enough and connect with your thoughts and change your thoughts, you'll be surprised at how much greater life becomes. And I'm not going to sell you like a pipe dream. You're not just going to like win $1 million and all of your problems will be solved and you'll just be happy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can enjoy it more despite the things that you have going on in life, right? Those two things can be true. And that is the greatness of the life that we get to live. We can experience the good and we can experience the bad. The both of them can exist together. So when it comes to your thoughts, I think of them like a garden. And I think I've talked about this before, but essentially your thoughts are a garden, right? And what you grow in your garden depends on what you think. Okay. So if you want to grow a garden of what's your favorite flower? Tulips, hydrangeas, roses, whatever, right? That's what you're going to have. Okay, so you're going to plant your little rose seeds, you're going to plant your little tulip seeds, you're going to water them and care for them, and then eventually they will become tulips. I think that about your thoughts. If you plant a seed of worry, of anxiety, of scarce, of stress, you're just going to keep watering that seed, you're going to keep nurturing that seed, and then guess what's going to sprout at the end of the season? Stress. You are literally just going to create this cycle, right? This repetitive cycle in your life. And it goes on almost subconsciously. Like we are not actively out here like, I want to have a stressful life. I want to be upset. No, of course not. But it is what tends to happen if you're not intentional about infusing your mind with other thoughts or stopping those stressful thoughts. So that's kind of the framework of what I'm talking about here, right? And there's science behind this too. I am a very big nerd. I don't just believe things because some woo-woo lady told me. I actually look things up, and there is research behind, repetitive thoughts creating beliefs, and those beliefs are how you act out your life. That is very foundational information. And if you learn about neuroscience and psychology, I come at it from a neuroscience perspective, but if you learn about it from either perspective, you will realize that there are things that we fuel and things that we create, and we are in charge of our perspective. We get to determine what we see and what we don't see, what we acknowledge and what we don't acknowledge. And we can create a situation where we are only acknowledging the bad, the stress, the pain in our lives, and completely disregarding anything that could be good, right? And that doesn't have to be good like I have $1 million. It could be good like I'm so grateful for the home that I live in. As simple as that, right? We get to pick and choose that. And your thoughts are kind of like the seeds, the grains, they're the root. So recently I was watching a YouTube video about Esther Hicks and kind of these practices that she uses. Esther Hicks is like a spiritual lady in the woo-woo space. But anyway, Esther Hicks has this practice. It's essentially how you can change your thoughts from the repetitive, negative overflow to a more positive, abundant, grateful, and fun-loving thought pattern. It's very, very simple. What you'll do is anytime you recognize that you're having a negative thought, now, this in and of itself takes time. This in and of itself is a practice. Recognizing that you are having these repetitive, negative, stressful thoughts is a process. And the first thing I'm always going to recommend is a journal. Simple piece of paper, write down how you're feeling, write down what you're thinking, 1 day per week, whatever it is, you will develop that over time. But step 1 of this process is to recognize when you're having that thought. And in the moment, get a piece of paper and write it down. And write down any of the worries or any of the negative thoughts that you're having about a particular situation, about life, about whatever it was that just came up for you. Write down all of the negative thoughts you have about that thing. And then next to it, write down a statement that is a little less negative. So for example, you could have a negative thought that I hate that I'm overweight. I'm so annoyed that I haven't lost weight. I wish I could lose weight. Whatever the negative thoughts are, right? Write them down. And then on the opposite side of it is a thought that is just a little less negative, right? So not a complete opposite, like I love my body, I'm so happy with how much I weigh. Not an extreme kind of like, oh, write down an affirmation and then you're just gonna believe it. Not that, okay? Something that kind of falls within the middle. Instead of, I am so mad that I haven't lost weight, or I'm struggling to lose weight. Maybe it can be, I haven't lost the weight that I want to lose yet. Right? And just by adding yet, it kind of cuts down on the negativity just a little bit, right? It's not a transformative thought. It's just yet, which is also true, right? It's also true. A statement like, I hate my body, but I do like my feet in these shoes, or my face in this dress, whatever the case. Whatever, these are terrible examples, but just create a thought that is just next to it, right? Just one step forward, and write that down next to all of those initial thoughts. And then the next time they come up, refer to that paper. The next time you have a negative thought, look at that paper and read the negative thought and read the statement that you created. And do that for a few days, a few weeks. It may take a few months, but every time you do it, you are practicing the art of being able to change your thoughts. You are creating new neural pathways, here comes the neuroscience, to change your thoughts. And over time, that builds on itself and it becomes a belief. Yeah, I haven't lost the weight I want to lose yet. That doesn't mean that I'm not ever going to do it. I just haven't done it yet. You're right. I'm good. Suddenly, I'm good, right? But that does take time. It's not going to be an overnight thing, but the more you practice it, every time you do it, you are aiding in getting yourself closer to that new belief. So that's kind of a simple thing. It's a very basic practice. It doesn't take too much work. It should take you like a minute or two, maybe 5 minutes to actually do it. And then you'll have that paper with you, or you'll have that note on your phone with you wherever you go. And like I said, as you continue to practice even recognizing the thoughts, then you can add this practice onto it. And I guarantee you, give it a couple of months, you'll be looking back at yourself like, wow, I really changed my mind as it relates to this. And to bring it all back to the beginning, this is all about creating thoughts around having fun, around enjoying yourself, around the fact that you deserve to enjoy the good that you have in your life. Yes, you may be stressed, and yes, there may be a list of negative things to deal with. There always will be. You also have so much to enjoy. Look at this planet. It's hippie mode. I'm going to give hippie for a second again. Look at this planet. It is so beautiful. Whether you're a beach person, a mountain person, a jungle person, a rainforest person, whatever it is, this earth has it for you to look at and just be like, wow, this is great. So if you have nothing to be grateful for, if you feel like everything in your life sucks, can you step outside and go to a park and see the beauty in a pond or a turtle or a flower? I don't know. I hope you can, because I just think it's the best thing in the world. So I've been talking for a while. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you all for listening and watching. Please, if you ever have the opportunity, go to a getaway cabin. They are so freaking nice. I absolutely love them. We will be going to another. This trip, actually, True told me that he wanted to go to Colorado. And so we might be doing that. I'm speaking it into existence. Okay. I'm changing my thoughts around that. And maybe we'll be in Colorado soon. So that vlog, I will try to make it an actual vlog. I'm gonna try. So that will be all. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'm loving YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, okay? And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.